Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Dred Effects Tips and Tricks. I'm going to give you 2 tips for your airbrush to make it perform a lot better, and this does work, guys. So as you can see, we've got an array of cutting compounds. You can use any of these cutting compounds or a cutting compound that you've got of your choice. So most people, when they get their airbrush and it comes to cleaning and maintenance, they'll flush the cup through, probably soak the front end, and they strip it down, they get the needle out like that, get a bit of cleaning fluid and do that, and they think it's clean. Believe you me, guys, that needle is not clean. It could be clean and you won't see any paint on it because you wiped it and you've got all your paint off. So this little process I'm going to run through with you today is how to polish your needle to make your airbrush perform a lot better, and this does work, guys. I did the Krios PS771. In my last couple of videos I've been using this and it was due for a clean, and I've done a little test on this in a nice quiet studio when there was no room late last night. I cleaned the brush, took the needle out, put it in the Dremel, what I'm going to show you in a minute, and I've polished the needle on the Krios. And then I've done a little test and plugged the airline in and put some water in. Now, I tested the brush before. I put water in about 15 psi and stood there and pulled back on the trigger and watched the mist of the water come out on a clean brush. Went like that, and then you hear the sound. When you do this, you know when you pull your air back, you can hear that type noise and you'll get your mist come out. So I did that, and then I polished the needle up, cleaned the brush, really polished the needle up, put the needle back in, done the same test again, put water in, same PSI, and then as I pulled back and looked at the mist, I had a dark background and looked at the mist coming out, the brush sound was a lot quieter on 15 PSI, and the actual spray, that pattern that came out the brush with a really polished needle was a lot softer, it was quieter, it flowed better. So I'll just run through this process now. Give this a go, guys, because I guarantee you will notice the difference. So most people, like I say, get the needle, they'll wipe it down, job done, put it back in the brush, and away they go. So if you've got a Dremel handy, I've got one here, you can use any sort of rotary tool as long as you can like clamp the needle into the front end. So just clamp that in to your Dremel. Turn your speed down because you don't want it whizzing round really quick. You're going to get a bit of noise now. So the needle's spinning. Get yourself a cotton pad with some compound and just pinch your needle near the front end, right near the tip of the needle, and just do a few passes through with the needle like that. And what you're basically doing is polishing the stainless steel needle. So that's a couple of passes, and that's the dirt that you are getting off a stainless needle. So you're basically polishing, and as you know, when you polish paintwork and rain hits it, it just beads up and runs off. So a polished surface makes things pass across it a lot easier, smoother, and you can just tell the difference. When you've polished the needle, it feels so smooth. So you know full well whatever paint's sitting on that and running along it is going to pass along that needle a lot easier, smoother. So this is a test that I done last night with the Krios, and you can hear the difference, guys. So try it, give it a go. When you come to do your maintenance on your brush, stick your needle in the rotary tool, polish it up, drop it back in your brush and give it a go, and I guarantee you will see the difference in your spray atomization, the way it flows. You get a little less tip dry because the actual tip of that needle is more polished, so the paint is not sticking to it as much. The next tip is if you've got some IWATA Super Lube, and you usually get this in the box of the IWATAs, because other brands of brush don't supply this sort of thing, but I'll leave a link in the description where you can get this from. Drop a little bit of the IWATA Super Lube on that needle mechanism at the back, like that, and then just work that in, and you'll feel your trigger soften up and become a lot smoother. So that's the other little tip. 2 little tips that will make your airbrush perform a lot better, guys, and I guarantee the polishing the needle works an absolute treat. That Griot now feels totally different, and that is quite a new brush. Even if you've got a new airbrush, I guarantee, pull the needle out, drop it in a Dremel, get some cutting compound and polish that needle up, and you will see that dirt come off a brand new needle, because most needles in airbrushes aren't really polished that much. They're machined, put into the brush, mass produced, and away they go. But if you polish it, I guarantee you'll see the results. So that's my little tips and tricks for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Nice, simple. Give it a go. As I say, you'll see the difference. And try the spray I did with water, and you'll hear the difference in the brush when you spray and it atomizes, and you'll see the atomization a lot better. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will see you in the next tips and tricks, which will be coming up. The next video that's going to come up, guys, is the Griot and what makes this brush so good. So I'm going to give you a little rundown on the Griot PS771. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe, press that notification, like, share, it all helps the channel, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.